Good morning, people. Welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Hope everyone's well and is looking forward to their weekend. It's Saturday morning, an early one for me after a late night again. 3 nights this week watching the Midnight Mags. You know what I mean? Midnight Magpies, the late kickoffs over there in America, and then an early start for yous lot. And I don't envy the foreign fans, by the way. You know, these Americans, these Australians, the people over there in Asia who stay up late to watch the Toon Army on a regular basis. We are blessed to have us playing now in the UK at 3 p.m. I'll never complain about a 12:30 kick-off again during the day. Do you know what I mean? We had a 12:30 kick-off yesterday, but it was after midnight, not lunchtime. Tell you what, well done and respect to all those fans across the globe that stay up late and support the Toon Army, because it's some commitment, mate. It is. And I thought, you know, I'd get some steps in this morning, start my day off well before the unhealthy weekend activities resume later, including copious amounts of beer, you know what I mean, a few pints later on. And the sun was actually shining right before I started this video. I got up, I thought, oh, you know what it is, and instead of doing a video in the house, I'll get out there, get out the outdoors, get some natural lighting. It's nice and sunny, breathe in some fresh air, covered in fucking midges, and you know, go on a nice little walk we used up. But as soon as I came out, massive clouds have appeared. So normal service has resumed there because the weather has been crappier for about a month now, hasn't it, in this wet July. I was buzzing when I seen some sunshine this morning, but that didn't last long, or not long enough for me to come out and enjoy this walk. Anyways, we'll still enjoy the walk as we will enjoy talking about that last minute winner. Last night, Newcastle now top of the table of the Premier League Summer Series, a sign of things to come for the upcoming Premier League season, yes. And it was all thanks. Obviously, we've got to say the top of the table stuff, you know, the other teams play today, so we need results to go our way before we lift that Summer Series Cup, and then the Cellar Cup this time next week at St James Park, 5th and 6th of August. You know, I think we've done really well this pre-season, unbeaten, you know, including Gateshead win against Rangers, and then 2 draws for us before last night's win against Brighton. And to be fair, against the other teams, you know, we didn't play the weaker teams in that Premier League Summer Series. We played the tough teams, your Chelsea's, your Brightons, your Villas. We didn't play Brentford or Fulham, so we had the harder fixtures. And we gave a really good count of ourselves, considering again the bench last night was all young'uns. And there wasn't even the likes of Joelinton, Gordon, Isaac on the bench last night, because some of those players featured just 48 hours ago. So the players that came in last night, I have to say, I was going to say did well, but I have to say that first half was one of the most boring halves of football I've ever seen in my life. That did not help me in staying awake last night, I tell you that. That game was awful. That first half, we couldn't get out of our half. We didn't even do anything. The only shining lights, I'll say there was 2 players, was first of all Harrison Ashby. I thought the young right back did a really top job in pocketing Matoma, who's obviously a big Premier League talent now. I thought he did superb there at right back for us. You know, some great late challenges, some good reading of the game. And obviously Harvey Barnes getting his full debut as well, and he looked dangerous on that side as well. You know, he came close to tempting the keeper, I would say. You know, he didn't do great in terms of his finish there. He didn't get a clean shot away, but he was very direct, and that's why Eddie Howe's bought him. You know, he's direct, he got an eye for goal, and you can see what his plan was. You can see that once he gets warmed up, he ended up producing the goods, I think. You know, Harvey Barnes on that left-hand side. A lot of players got some good minutes last night. You know, Wilson played a lot of the match. Bruno, Guimaraes did. So minutes in the tank, and that's what pre-season is all about. And who doesn't need minutes in the tank? It's who this video is predominantly about, and the title of the video is Our Goal Hero. Got the equaliser late on, scored the winner with the last kick of the game. 4 goals in 4 games this pre-season, 3 assists for GEORDIE Maradona. GEORDIE Maradona. People must be thinking, what the hell is this kid doing walking in the streets at 9 o'clock in the morning singing this? Too early. But Elliot, I don't think it's early for him anymore. He is Premier League ready. He's playing against Premier League teams, he's scoring against them, he's bossing it. And he has been, alongside Louis Miley, this star of pre-season for me. Miley as well came on off the bench last night, did well. But Elliot Anderson, wow. Honestly, the difference that this kid has came back to pre-season, and Eddie Howe has said that he came back and he was the fittest out of the lot. when they do them fitness tests at the start of pre-season, the bleep tests, the strength tests, all of that stuff, the conditioning, the jumps, he's top. Elliot Anderson is top. So, and you can see that he looks a lot stronger, quicker. He looks like he's grown up a bit. You know, he is still a young lad, young Geordie lad there from Whitley Bay, and he's really matured, I think, in the past few months. Because even the tail end of last season, he started playing a lot better, getting involved more. And he said himself that the coaches at the tune said, you know, you need to start scoring goals, you need to become more productive, and he's done that. He has really done that this pre-season especially. And then he's looked dangerous, like I said, towards the end of last season. Thankfully, yes. Is the sun going to come out? Please. I forgot what vitamin D fucking feels like, man. It's meant to be summertime. Give me some sunshine. But Elliot Anderson was class last night. His composure in front of goal again. 1-on-1 in the last minute in front of Newcastle fans. And he slotted home, knee boller. I'm going to stand here and enjoy the sun. That's what I'm going to do. Finally, the lighting that we came out for. But again, just to get that on your bonds is nice, isn't it? Love it. Instead of being cooked up inside when it's pissing down all day. But Anderson, I tell you what, man, he is ready, like, because his strength, the way he's out-muscling defenders, the way he's getting into these positions, his movement, his skill on the ball as well. He's class, man. He is class, and there's a lot of talk last night, you know, that he will be starting against Aston Villa, so he will be starting in that midfield for Newcastle against Aston Villa in that opening game of the Premier League season, which is just a fortnight away now, absolutely buzzing. 2 weeks until the 5:30 kick-off against Villa. We'll keep on walking, actually, get the steps in. And yeah, I'm not surprised, and I'm looking forward to seeing him, because the brilliant thing is about Anderson as well, because we know we need squad depth for Champions League, baby, is that Anderson can provide that in numerous positions. You know, he has a lot of versatility, and that's what Eddie Howe likes about him. He likes about Anthony Gordon. You know, these players can come in and do a job in different positions. So Anderson, wow. You know, I don't want to put, just like Louis Miley the other day when I was saying it, you don't want to put too much pressure on these young lads' shoulders. Anderson obviously a couple of years older than Louis Miley, you know, and he's been in and around the mix for a few seasons now, so he's a bit prone to it more than Louis Miley, shall we say. But just let him do his thing, really. He's under some great guidance now at the club. He's really pushing on, and we obviously hope he can push on and get anywhere near the level that people are talking about, you know, in terms of ex-Geordies that have played for the club, like Peter Beardsley and Gaza and that, you know, the people are comparing him to that and linking him to that and saying, can he reach those heights? Well, let's hope so. Do you know what I mean? And if he carries on the way he's doing, he's on the right path, like. He really is on the right path to it. So Elliot Anderson, star boy, doing best last night. And I have to say, Jacob Murphy's pass for the goal was unreal as well. What an assist that is. I think Murphy's had a very good pre-season in terms of productivity as well, you know, it's finding them key balls and key areas. And yeah, it rounded off a good pre-season tour for Newcastle in the States before they come back to Newcastle next week. And we've got this cup next weekend, like I said before. Everything kicks off 2 weeks today, so I'm buzzing for it. It's starting to feel real now. It's starting to feel like football is on its way back, and what a season lies ahead for Newcastle. Just finish off on Bruno Guimaraes. He did an interview with Sky and a couple of other journalists after the game yesterday, saying, you know, about his contract situation. He was talking about this with Joelinton, where he was saying Joelinton was his brother and all this, and the best man at the wedding was great to hear. And then he was asked about the contract situation, and he said, you know, he's desperate to sign, he wants to stay at the club. Eddie Howe echoed those thoughts, you know, saying like he wants him to stay, he wants Bruno to sign, Bruno wants to carry on at Newcastle United. But he said Bruno said there's nothing really happening at the minute, and there's some doubt over it. He used that word doubt, which was a bit scary, but I wouldn't read too much into it like people are, or I wouldn't be negative about it, because I think it'll be sound. You know, I don't think anything will happen there. It's just a case at the minute where we're fighting FFP again, you know, because Bruno's the top earner at the club at the minute, you know, one of them, and if he increases his deal again, then other people are going to be looking around thinking, well, I want a new deal, I want more money, you know what I mean? It's a tough one at the minute, but I'm sure the situation will get resolved, because the player loves it here. He wants to stay part of the project. His kids are growing up here now, and the club obviously want to keep him. So I think that'll get resolved. I wouldn't panic over it. I wouldn't be negative about it or read too much into it and say, oh no, it means he's leaving, he's going to go to Real Madrid. Nah, just everything will be alright. You'll sign the deal. You'll sign the thing. Bruno loves it, man. I think I'll do for this one then. I'll walk back now then and get this one uploaded for you lot as the sun tries to creep out again. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, Sunday afternoon. Perfect way to round off your weekend. Nice little lazy afternoon with me and Toon fans in the chat there, talking all things transfers. Transfer Talk live at 5 every Sunday. The link is already available on YouTube, so click on that, set your reminders, and get involved. Cheers for watching, everyone. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. Give this one a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.